Matching hundreds. It's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see teams with a couple of running backs who each went over 100 yards a weekend ago, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gordon and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. Under hazy, overcast L.A. skies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Denver Broncos and our home team. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come again.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Here are the starters defensively for the Chargers. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. They'll drop to throw. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Here we go.
A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Joey Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback out of North Carolina State. It's Phillip Rivers.
In some ways, he reminds me of a past NFL great who played the quarterback position as well. Jawing with the opposition, trash talking a little bit, doesn't mind getting hit and battered around some. That kind of gets him into the game. But once it's time to lock in, Phillip Rivers does that as well as any quarterback in the league.
Now Rivers, complete. Smith has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. A look now at how Denver is going to line up defensively. And they're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. Well, how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. A 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. Little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Go tackle. Let's go.
Now back to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll try the draw, Lindsey. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12. Back to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. To throw is Rivers.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain. And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
2nd and 11. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
All day, baby, all day.
So out come the Chargers. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. To throw again on 2nd down. Rivers finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Broncos 3, Chargers 0.
47. Check, 47. You.
On 2nd and 12, Rivers. It's caught by Bryant. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 34. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. From the gun, Rivers. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. On play action, they'll throw. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Second and 5. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now pass complete here to Sanders. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll throw out wide, complete to Sanders. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll set up to throw. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. 2 straight shots on the ground, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, and the Broncos have retaken the lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Prater for the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. A 10-play drive that time, and it was capped off by a Phillip Lindsay touchdown run. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Rivers. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They got the victory last week. That was against the Baltimore Ravens, and they have the lead here as well. They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. He's got his tight end fan. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. A 2nd quarter score from KC, and the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, and then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Rivers on 3rd and 2. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. A gain there of 21 yards. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. From the red zone now, Rivers. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. On the draw, here's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
In the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Let's go. Here we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell. On play action, Rivers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Throwing Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 1. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. That's Garrett Bowles, the former 1st-round pick, the guilty party. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. He'll look to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Back to throw here. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's the 2nd and 7. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. This is the tight end Fant. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Come on now, let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely 1 play, and then these 2 teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. Nope. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game will just start all over.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Rivers on 1st down. Going deep here for Allen. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL here on this first day of November. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected, all tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here now, a look at Melvin Gordon. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Throwing, Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On is the Chargers punter now. He's been terrific so far. To return is Taylor. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Looking to throw. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. To throw, Rivers. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Rivers. He completes it to Henry. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Rivers. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Complete. Smith has it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
The passer defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now Rivers. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. From 3 yards out, as his guys are able to regain the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 52 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Let's go. 18 Gator. 55. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
They'll run with Lindsey. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Phillip Lindsey. His second touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Extra point good by Prater, and that will level the playing field at 17-all. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was capped off by a Phillip Lindsey touchdown run. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
A gain of 3, second down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So that one will be accepted.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
To the outside, that's complete to Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this.
Hey, step around 80. Block the team.
Check.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
It's caught. Smith. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. 3rd and long for Rivers. Hard throw, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Phillip Rivers and his Chargers about ready to take over again. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. 1st down, Rivers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Rivers. And he fires one, but incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They'll drop to throw. He'll find Lindsey here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Philip Lindsey, the intended target, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The Broncos send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Melvin Gordon and the Chargers ready for their next possession. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync because...
And now he's taken down, and Rivers in the end zone. Down to the ground he goes. That results in a safety and 2 points. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. This is taken around the 12.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a carry for Lindsey. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one a first down pickup of 8.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be second and goal now. One man in the backfield, that's Gordon, second and goal. To throw is Rivers. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Phillip Rivers with his third touchdown pass of the game. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And with that, the lead is up to 8. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now, pass complete here to Sanders. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Broncos on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Play action now. Rivers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Big stop, let's go. 36.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Chargers on third down. They're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
3-3. Going to 88.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and now it's second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. He completes this to Sutton. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll set up to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again for the 41. They'll set up a throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Let's go.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 31-yard line. Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more. This time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for 2. They're going to try and run for it, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. And the failure to convert and tie the game, now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now he dumps this off over the middle and only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 8. Screen pass to Lindsey.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And Thomas has it. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That time a 6-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. And it's complete. Henry. The end result, 21 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
4 down.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Bradley Chubb in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. He's back to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Rivers. And he comes back with one complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Back to throw. The open man is Smith. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Rivers. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Rivers. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man here is Scott, complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Broncos now down on the scoreboard. A little over 20 seconds to go. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll find Lindsey here. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Now back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And now they get the timeout call. So they got one of the big plays that they needed. Can they do it again? Don't change that dial. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the home team here, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.